what's it? I mean, obviously, as someone you've been sort of in this industry for a good long, sort of a good old long time now. You've worked with so many kind of people, and
Yeah,
what's it like to work with young, real up and comers where you can really see a bright future in?
dude, it's like it's the best. It's like it's I learned. Yeah, I feel like I learn with everything that I do, you know, and I'd love to learn from people and watching those guys. Um, I don't know. You know, they do things that I don't know. There's a vibe that they've got that like I just find fascinating. I think that both of them share is that you, their faces are so engaging, and whenever they're on the screen, whenever it's a close up of both of either of those guys, like I don't know, I just love like what is it about people's faces that like mean that you know that when you put a camera on them, it's like you can see all their emotions just through their face. I mean, I don't know how they. I think it's maybe something that people can't control, you know, and it's just they have a natural thing for it. But dude, I loved working with those guys. Loved it, and you know, it's yeah, it keeps it keeps me on my toes as well. You know, I know I've got to kind of you know, I can't just phone it in, you know, I've got to like, I don't know, I've got to kind of rise to their level a bit, you know. I
Got
don't know.
a big old chuckle out of me when I in episode 2. Is it what's the line? There's a line you delivered so well. Is it it's cake knobheads or it's cake dickheads or something?
It's not, I think it's knobhead. I always wanted to say that. Knobhead. Yeah, knobhead.
There's some words. Knobhead's one of those words where when you say it right, it's almost never not funny. It's just got that perfect intonation. You knobhead.
Well, well, thank you. I'm glad they kept that in. Yeah, yeah, so it was lovely to have an opportunity to play a character who could say knobhead, you know.
Yeah.
This job is cool, you know, that you know, they've got their priorities right.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, and you know, this job also is like my when my agent first read it, she was like, I don't think you should, I don't think you should do this. Because you've only seen the first couple of episodes, is that right?
Yeah, just 2 episodes. Yeah, yeah.
So like what happens in the following 4 episodes, and then like what happens to my character is like it's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And well, can I tell you what happens to him? Because like I can tell you, you can, or do you not want it spoiled for yourself?
Yeah, I don't want it spoiled because I'm really enjoying it.
Good. Oh, well, that was my next question. What was are you, you know, what do you think of it? Do you
Really enjoy it. I think it's got that because I think doing kind of comedic thrillers often quite a difficult thing to get right. I always think that you often find one compromises the other, but I think it managed to have a really engaging storyline which has these kind of dark tendencies and some really kind of light-hearted comedic elements. And I think the performances are good. No, I'm not a binger. I've never really been a binger. I'm very much a one episode a week kind of guy. But I watched two
yeah.
episodes and I was like, no, I want to see the third. I want to see the fourth. So.
Dude, dude, that's great. I mean, you know, that's really cool because that's how it felt making it. And like, you know, you never know when things are gonna, if anything's gonna be good. And also, you know, I've been doing this for like 30 years now, you know, and it, you know, when you start out, you're like, you know, you're like, oh my God, I'm in a TV show. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. This is it. This is fucking brilliant. This is, you know, things aren't always like brilliant. Most stuff is like, I don't know, just average, you know, and I mean, I've been fortunate to work with some amazing people and do some amazing things. And but there's still, you know, you learn not to kind of you learn to temper your enthusiasm for it because you know it's just life and like not everything is going to be like the best thing ever. But with this, you know, so it's like, you know, you go from job to job to job, and you do the best that you can, and you do the best interpretation of what's on the page for the director and the producer and the other actors, and you know, and that's it. You just do your job, and and if something kind of, you know, if something kind of makes a splash, then that's a kind of nice surprise. It's not something that you know, it's like when you're a young actor, you know, you're kind of telling all your friends and watch this show, you know, and blah blah blah, and have all that excitement. But like for this one, you know, this is one where I was like, wow, hope this is good. I hope it's fucking I hope it's fucking great, because it 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 feels like it is. From being in it, it feels like it is. It feels like what everyone else is doing is great, and I hope it all just kind of comes together, because, you know, there's a lot of people involved, and like, you know, sometimes things can just have a bit of a, you know, just come out in an unexpected way, and you know, but I think this, you know, here's the thing, like, I haven't said this in an interview yet. I thought, so my agent was like, this script is fucking mental. And but it was like, what I realized once I started doing it was like, it's not trying to be anything else. It's its own thing. Like, it's like, watching it, did it remind you of anything, or did it like,
Nothing that really comes to mind. No, I mean,
yeah. But
honestly,
isn't that cool? Isn't
yeah.
that fucking cool that it's like, it's not, you know, it's not like, you know, it's not like some kind of Game of Thrones, but it's about, you know, something different, or, you know, it's not like that detective show, but it's not like that. It's like, it's just its own thing. It's like, I love, you know, something that is original. That's really valuable, you know.
I'm interested to know if that helps, because I think the role of like a police officer and a detective is one that's become so ingrained in kind of cinematic and TV storytelling. I've always found if you take on a role like that, is it really hard not to be influenced and find reference points and other kind of famous detectives and police officers? But when you've got a show as original as this, was it make it easier just to create this entire creation of your own doing, if something?
I think so. I mean, it's not my own creation, because it's like, you know, it's written, but it's like my interpretation. And I could, you know, they gave me the freedom to do what I, you know, I got to make choices about it. And, you know, and of course, you're influenced by all those things you've seen in TV and films over the years, because like, I haven't met that many real life detectives, or, you know, but you know what the vibe of a detective is. But this guy is like, that's not even, you know, he's like, you know, as you watch it, you'll find out like more about this guy. And like, I don't even know who this guy is really, but like, I don't know. I mean, I hope we come back and do this again, because I think they'll have to really raise the stakes and make the story like, the story, you know, madder. And you know, oh my God. I mean, I would yeah, I'm up for it, you know. I'm up for it if they do another one, definitely.
And on a sort of side note, as a kind of nice little personal addition, it must have been quite nice to go and shoot in Liverpool for this. Was that, do you get to go back often to that?
I do. I'm a big I'm a big Liverpool Football Club supporter. And yeah, it was great to go there. And it's the first time I've worked there as an actor since I left when I was like 20 or whatever. And so I was a bit apprehensive as well, you know. It's like, you know, coming back to your hometown, and like, look at me with my film crew and my, you know, my Inspector Gadget Mac, and being all cool with my sunglasses. And you know, you know, that I was sort of, yeah, I was a little apprehensive about like having to come back and do that. But anyway, it was great. I just loved it. I love filming up there. Loved it. love the crews up there. And yeah, made some good friends as well, you know, and yeah, I loved it. It's great filming in Liverpool. It's great, you know, yeah.
But just very quickly before I go, because I know I'm sort of running out of time, but you
Yeah.
just mentioned you're a Liverpool fan. I have to ask about how you feel about the Klopp leaving. You must be, because I met a couple of Liverpool fans last night, and they speak as though someone from their families kind of passed away or something. They're so upset about it.
I mean, yeah,
Mm.
I think it's because uh, Klopp is, I think he's such an exemplary human being.
Mm.
I think the way any interaction with him I've seen, he's so wise, he's kind, he's clever, he's diplomatic, I mean, I just respect that man so much. And I feel like, you know, you look at the Liverpool team now, how, you know, they're all really kind of they're all really good guys, you know. They're all good examples to kids, I think, on the whole, you know. And I think it comes from him. You know, I'm sort of I got into football. I hated it growing up in Liverpool because I was terrible at it, and it was so violent back then. It was so I don't know. It just I just it was like I was just like, nah, no, it's not for me, you know. And then when my son started going to started his primary school, and he didn't play football at all. But then the school was like, all the kids were football crazy, and so I was like, okay, I've sort of got to get into it now. But you know, because he's getting into it, and so I kind of started to get into it, and like, and although he was born in London, he supported Liverpool, and so I supported Liverpool, and then I was like, and now I mean I just I love it. So I love Liverpool so much. Like you know, when I heard, I was in the airport and I got this text. Oh no, I heard these two guys saying, "Oh my God, Klopp's just announced he's retiring, whatever." And I I was on my own. I started to tear up, and like I thought, I am gonna just be bawling, like, you know. I I think just he's just such a, I just love him. I just think he's such a positive, he's such a positive guy. Um, he's just a force for good, you know. I think he's amazing. I absolutely love him.
Amazing.
And you know, and also just incidentally, I heard that Diaz is a big Star Wars fan, and I was trying to, I want to send him, I want to send him a signed Darth Maul in exchange for like a, I don't know, a shirt or a ball or something, you know, a signed pic of him.
Klopp's final game, perhaps. Yeah.
Oh God, I mean, if I could get, to see that, that's what I'm trying to do now. Is like, I just want to see Klopp one more time. You know, when I've been there, you know, there's been like, you know, I've been to you know, I've been to quite a few games, you know, and you know, the thing that Klopp does at the end of the game where he does his fist bumps, that just you see, I'm getting all emotional now thinking about it. You know, it's like, um, I don't know what it is, but it really kind of really gets me, and I think it's really, really fucking good. I think he's amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey, you guys!
Hey,